of Suicide Squad 1. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Phantom Nerds channel, and we're back active this week, and we're kicking off this new week of Phantom Nerds content with Comic Corner number 3. We have been behind, we've been busy, but we're back, and we're back on track. That's a lot of backs, but we're back again, and we're back with Comic Corner. And so let's catch back up with the comic universe. And today we're going to be catching back up with the new Green Lantern series, Keanu Reeves BRZRKR, ENIAC, and Suicide Squad 2. So let's start it off with a recap of Suicide Squad 1, which we did not cover on this channel, but we're going to cover it right now a little bit. Let's get into it! So what we learned from Suicide Squad 1 was that Peacemaker is the lead, and they're going after Talon, who is locked up in Arkham Asylum. Colonel Rick Flag is currently locked up, and the team is currently dealing with Joker guys. So as Talon and Peacemaker are battling the guards, the backup squad bursts through the door with Superboy leading the charge. Next thing you know, the Dark Knight is on the scene. The squad must then rush along the mission and plant Talon's replacement body. As Nocturna is killing, Superboy shifts his focus to saving those around him. That's when Waller overrides them so the squad can make their great escape before Batman gets inside. When they return, Peacemaker delivers a message to Superboy, thus ending this issue. The new version of the squad has a very interesting future ahead, and this journey must not be overlooked. I implore you to continue it. Thus far, Suicide Squad gets an 8.5 out of 10, and issue 3 dropped May 4th, and on the next episode of Comic Corner, we're going to go over issue 3. So swing by your local comic book shop if you haven't picked up issue 3 or issues 2 and 1 and pick those up. Now pausing the DC action, we head straight into Keanu Reeves BRZRKR. So now we open up with a flashback in the rain. Then we flash forward to our MC getting ready to leap out of the plane. And from the second he touches the ground, it's pandemonium. He's running through everyone. This guy is what we have if John Wick and the Terminator came together and had a baby. Man is taking bullets and walking out of fire. He's literally unstoppable. After the mission, he returns to be fixed up. That's when we discover his need to be a regular mortal. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to go over anything else about this issue because the rest is important to the storyline. However, I will tell you I did pick up issue 2, which dropped on April 28th. On the next episode of Comic Corner, not only will we be going over Suicide Squad 3, we will also be going over BRZRKR 2, and I give this issue a 9 out of 10. The action that they're putting together, you can't deny it, 9 out of 10. Now we move on to ENIAC, which I had to get a second print of because it sold out so fast. So we start off with 2 ex-special ops agents on a mission trying to find some info. Then they're on a boat lighting it up. 24 hours later, they're in Moscow wrapping up the mission. Fast forward to present day and they're in a desert with the Secretary of Defense. He lets them know that their next target is ENIAC, and the story begins in 1942. The story unfolds in Area 23. ENIAC ended up becoming a supercomputer. Imagine Ultron with no Avengers, essentially. ENIAC was responsible for the bombing in Nagasaki. Cold War, that was ENIAC also. Or anything that involved any major political event can be contributed to ENIAC. Every new year, ENIAC leaves a taunt or meme for the governments of the world to see. Until this year when ENIAC dropped a countdown signaling the end of humanity. As our MCs set on a mission to destroy ENIAC, ENIAC already makes an attempt to kill them mid-air. Stories like this are always an interesting read to me, and this story is shaping up perfectly. Issues 2 and 3 have already released, and like I said, on the next Comic Corner, I will be going over those as well as the BRZRKR series and Suicide Squad. So be on the lookout for that. Issue 1 gets a perfect 10. There is nothing wrong with this first issue. It has everything you would want in the first issue, building anticipation for the next issue, and keeping you ready for the rest of the series. Now we're going to end off the comic run with the Green Lantern series that just came out. Let's power up our rings as we start in Battery Plaza with John and Hal chatting it up. As they're talking to one another, Amiria Kalan interrupts them with some words insinuating that the people who are gathered at the conclave fear them. Suddenly, John gets a call about Kelly, the Teen Lantern's training. The elders are trying to examine her gauntlet, but Kali is not having it. Having calmed Kali down, Baz and Kali head out into the town while John and the elders head towards the conclave. However, when they arrive, everyone is up in arms and arguing. While all this is going on, Kelly is showing off her fearlessness and lovability by talking to a Fuzex. That's a hard word to say. When all of a sudden, an Aqua-based character picks a fight with Kelly and Bass. Back inside, Payafel uses her intellect and wisdom to get everyone to relax. John receives an alert from Bass about what's happening outside. As John heads outside, there is a summoning spell that is just finishing up, and a monster is summoned to the planet and begins wreaking havoc everywhere. Back on the inside, Sinestro votes to deny the Green Lantern's entry into the system. Back outside, it seems no physical attacks are working on this monster. When all of a sudden, a random civilian appears and gives John the insight he needs to defeat the monster with the Source of Peace. All the lanterns power down, thus causing the monster to lose its power and deplete. As the Guardians are welcomed to the United Planets, one of the Elder Guardians is stricken down, thus ending the issue on a cliffhanger, pretty much ensuring you're coming back for issue 2, which is already released. This issue, however, gets an 8 out of 10 for me. It was a great first issue that accomplished the job of getting you hooked at the end to come back for issue 2. However, I would have liked to see a bit more of Khalid, but oh well. Still a great first issue. Now, let's get into my top 5, 4, 3, 1 Green Lanterns in the comic series. Number 5, let's go with Jessica Cruz. Jessica Cruz has some pretty important moments in DC Comics history. One thing that she has that no other Green Lantern has is that she can use Omega beams from her hands. Yes, like Darkseid. Jessica Cruz has Omega beams, all because Darkseid tried to off her in the Justice League Odyssey series, so she gets the number 5 pick for me. Now, with number 4, I give it to John Stewart, one of the most famous Green Lanterns in Green Lantern history, right along Hal Jordan. His long-lasting impact in the culture definitely makes him a top 5 Lantern, and his countless acts of feats throughout DC history are undoubtedly timeless. Number 3, Hal Jordan. If there's any Lantern that is more popular than John, is for sure Hal. Hal has seen it all, he's done it all, and has been a part of almost every major Justice League event known to man. My number 2 is Guy Gardner. Guy grabbed this spot because of his ballsy attempt to run the Red Lantern Corps, which worked for quite some time as he had the Red Lantern Corps using their rage for good. Gardner's historic action is definitely worthy of landing him number 2 on my list. However, there can only be one number 1, and that one is Kyle Rayner. If you know, then you know. If you don't, then let me tell you. Kyle Rayner became the White Lantern and pretty much saved the whole damn universe. Such a feat should assure you the spot as the number 1 Green Lantern of all time. A Lantern so period that he was able to become the White Lantern and save everyone. There's literally no debate here. If you have an issue with this, debate it with your mama. This was episode 3 of Comic Corner. Episode 4 is coming later this week, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you stay tuned for Resident Evil Village, which is also coming to the channel. Make sure you stay tuned in, stay checked in, stay locked in for more anime reactions coming to the channel, as well as Castlevania gets ready to come out too. And we have more of the great anime debate that is coming back, so stay tuned and stay on the lookout for that stuff too. I little blunder just now, but it's okay. We keep moving. So make sure you keep liking, commenting, subscribing. The Phantom Nerds are back. Your favorite nerds are back. And we're back with more content. So see you guys next time for episode 4 of Comic Corner. And I love you all.